Hello and welcome. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 and I am Tanisha Avasthi. On this Sunday edition, we get you 6 stories that are making headlines nationally and internationally. First up, a grisly murder has shocked the entire nation. And this is about a 22-year-old Congress worker who was found dead in a suitcase. The mother is alleging Congress link behind the grisly murder. Next up, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has made a strong statement against conversion in Kerala. Meanwhile, we'll also get you that horrendous video of the daughter who was seen slapping, biting and hitting her mother and what actually led to the ugly spat. Also, in Kolkata, there's an uneasy calm that prevails in Jadavpur University after attack on State Education Minister. We'll tell you what actually triggered the unrest. Also on the show, the rescue operations are still underway in Badrinath, where the avalanche hit in the BRO camp. The hunt is still underway to find one missing labor. And finally, the historic landing of Firefly's Blue Ghost on Moon will get you the full moment of the touchdown. So these are the 6 stories that we have lined up for you. Starting first up with the top focus. In a horrific case that has come to light from Haryana, a 22-year-old Congress worker was murdered near a bus stand in Rohtak and her body was dumped and found in a suitcase. I'm sure you remember this lady from Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra. She is Himani Narwal, the 22-year-old Congress worker who was murdered. The mother of this 22-year-old Congress worker, whose body was found stuffed in a suitcase in Haryana's Rohtak, has made a shocking claim about her daughter's death. While raising serious questions, the body of Himani Narwal, who participated in Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra, was found in a suitcase near a bus stand in Rohtak on Saturday. Her death has sparked demands for a high-level investigation. Here's what the mother had to say.
पार्टी के लिए मेरी बेटी ने अपनी जान तक दांव पे लगा दिया। जाति दुश्मनी हर वक्त उनके साथ रहती थी, क्योंकि मेरी बेटी ने मतलब 10 साल से अपनी पढ़ाई को भी मतलब साइड में रख के घर की तरफ ना ध्यान देते, सिर्फ इलेक्शन के पीछे और सिर्फ यही इलेक्शन और पार्टी मेरी बेटी की जान लेगी, क्योंकि उसकी दुश्मनी उसी के कारण बनी है। ये पार्टी के भी हो सकते हैं, दोस्त भी हो सकते हैं। 28 तारीख को भी वो घर पे ही थी दोपहर तक। हमें तो पुलिस थाने से फोन आया। हाँ जी सर जी, मैं यही रिक्वेस्ट अपील करती हूँ, मैं हुड्डा साहब से, आशा हुड्डा से, उनके बहुत नजदीक थी मेरी बेटी, कि मेरी बेटी को मतलब न्याय नहीं मिलेगा तो मैं अपनी बेटी का संस्कार नहीं करूंगी और मुझे न्याय मिलना चाहिए। हमें वैसे डर डर के हम रहते थे, इस बात कारण ही मैं अपने बेटे को BSF कैंप लेके गई यहाँ से, भाई मेरा बेटा मतलब किसी के उसमें ना पड़े। भाई पिछली बार अरे मेरे बड़े बेटे को मतलब जब मार दिया था, जब भी हमारे को इंसाफ नहीं मिला, जब भी इंसाफ नहीं मिला, मैं तो अपने को इसकी जान बचाने के लिए यहाँ से BSF कैंप लेके गई थी। भाई डर था क्या? उस बात के लिए नहीं, मतलब जैसे पार्टी में उसका मन ऐसा, ये इलेक्शन के बाद ऐसा हट गया था कि भैया वो किसी पार्टी के साथ कह रही थी मैंने जॉब करनी है, मैंने मतलब मैं पार्टी में मतलब ज्यादा नहीं जाऊंगी। कांग्रेस में वो 10 साल से जुड़ रही थी, अब मतलब 3-4 साल से, जैसे मेरे से शादी के लिए भी अब हाँ कर दिया था। बोल रही मम्मी सिर्फ 2024 दे दो, मैं इलेक्शन होने के बाद मैं शादी कर लूँ। हाँ LLB कर रही थी तो मैंने ऐसा उठा के पास फोन किया था, मेरा फोन नहीं उठा।
You heard what the mother has to say. She has clearly alleged a Congress thing. Now, while the mother has claimed that the party and elections are responsible for her daughter's death and that she was in touch with Asha Huda, wife of Bhupender Singh Huda, here's how the case has sparked a huge political uproar.
A Congress worker in her early 20s was found dead under mysterious circumstances today. The body of the missing Congress worker was found stuffed inside a suitcase at Rohtak. The murdered Congress worker was identified as Himani Narwal. She was in her early 20s. Speaking on the recovery, the station house officer of Sampla said a police rushed a team to the spot after receiving word that the body had been found inside a suitcase near a bus stand in Rohtak.
ये भी सूचना मिली थी, ये सड़क के किनारे, हाईवे के किनारे झाड़ियों में एक सूटकेस में डेड बॉडी मिली है। अभी एफएसएल टीम को बुलाया है, मुकदमा दर्ज कर रहे हैं, जांच कर रहे हैं। हाँ, ऐसा लग रहा है देखने में कि इसका मर्डर करके इसकी डेड बॉडी को यहाँ पे फेंका गया है। बाकी जांच कर रहे हैं, मुकदमा दर्ज करके कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, the Congress came out all guns blazing at the BJP government over the prevailing law and order in Haryana, claiming that it tops the country in crime against women.
हरियाणा में कानून व्यवस्था बिल्कुल ठप हो चुकी है और जो क्राइम अगेंस्ट वुमेन जो है वो हरियाणा पूरे देश में नंबर 1 है। 2022 की सीआरपी इसकी क्राइम रिकॉर्ड की बात है, सेंट्रल क्राइम रिकॉर्ड की बात है, सेंट्रल क्राइम रिकॉर्ड। और जो ये घटना है इसकी तुरंत जांच होनी चाहिए।
The top media advisor to Chief Minister Nayab Saini said the police has been directed to go to the bottom of the murder and uncover those responsible.
बहुत ही दुखद घटना है, एक जघन्य अपराध है। माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने पुलिस अधिकारियों को बड़े सख्त दिशा निर्देश दिए हैं कि जो भी लोग इसमें संलिप्त हैं तुरंत उन लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया जाए, और चाहे वो किसी पार्टी से संबंधित है, चाहे वो किसी पार्टी के नेता हैं या सामान्य आदमी है, पुलिस अपनी कार्रवाई कर रही है। बहुत जल्द वो लोग सलाखों के पीछे होंगे, जैसा कि माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने निर्देश दिए हैं।
अगर किसी राजनीतिक चीज़ की अगर लगता है, कोई शक है, तो उसको सरकार को जो पार्टी है जो अपने शक जाहिर करती है उसको गंभीरता से लेना चाहिए और पुलिस को इसकी जांच करनी चाहिए।
The victim's mother, meanwhile, alleged foul play. She said her daughter may have made some enemies during the last Haryana Assembly elections.
10 साल से अपनी पढ़ाई को भी मतलब साइड में रख के घर की तरफ ना ध्यान देते, सिर्फ इलेक्शन के पीछे, और सिर्फ यही इलेक्शन और पार्टी मेरी बेटी की जान लेगी क्योंकि उसकी दुश्मनी उसी के कारण बनी है।
Her brother, meanwhile, said Himani was an active Congress worker and her death could be the fallout of a political rivalry.
कोई भी आशा के उड़ा के पास अपने फोन किया, मैंने फोन भी 4-5 मिस कॉल मारी, फिर भी फोन भी नहीं उठाया। मुझे तो ऐसा ही लग रहा है कि कोई पार्टी का ही मेंबर है, सच्ची बताऊं तो, कि किसी पार्टी के मेंबर ने किया हुआ है।
Meanwhile, a special investigation was formed to get to the bottom of this incident.
पुलिस को सूचना मिली थी, पुलिस मौके पे पहुंची थी, वहाँ एक सफारी का बैग था, उसके अंदर से डेड बॉडी वो मिली थी। तो बाद में हम लोगों ने जब आइडेंटिफिकेशन वगैरह करी है तो हिमानी नरवाल के नाम से वो लड़की का था, विजयनगर की वो रहने वाली थी। तो उनके माँ बाप भी हम लोगों ने मौके पे बुलाए थे, वो आइडेंटिफाई हो गई थी गुड़िया। और उसके बाद हम लोग अब अलग अलग पहलू पे इस पे हम लोग इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं और जो जल्द से जल्द इसका जो भी पीछे इसका होगा उसका पर्दाफाश हम लोग करेंगे। इसमें SIT का गठन कर दिया गया है, मेरे ही नेतृत्व में SHO सांपला है और चौकी इंचार्ज है हमारे इसमें।
As the probe gathers pace, the onus is on the Congress to clarify on the family's charges of rivalry and political murder.
Joining me on the broadcast is Lomas, who's reporting live from the incident spot, Rohtak. Lomas, क्या update है? Probe में क्या FIR दर्ज हो चुकी है?
बिल्कुल, आपको जानकारी दे दें, FIR तो सुबह में ही दर्ज हो चुकी थी और आपको ये भी जानकारी दे दूं कि जो पोस्टमार्टम की प्राइमरी रिपोर्ट है वो आ चुकी है और बताया ये जा रहा है कि उस प्राइमरी रिपोर्ट में निकल के सामने आया है कि जो हत्या हुई है वो गला दबाने से हुई है। हालांकि जो हिमानी के चेहरे पे एक चोट का भी निशान है। हालांकि अभी तक पूर्ण रूप से जो पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट है वो नहीं आई, केवल ये प्राइमरी रिपोर्ट है। लगातार पुलिस इस पूरे मामले को लेकर के इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रही है। आपको जानकारी दे दें, SIT का निर्माण हो चुका है और साथ ही 4 टीमें लगातार ही इस पूरे मामले को लेकर के जांच कर रही है। और आपको ये भी जानकारी दे दें कि जो हरियाणा के CM हैं उन्होंने पुलिस को डायरेक्शन दिया है कि जल्द से जल्द इस पूरे मामले में जो भी अपराधी है और जिनकी भी संलिप्तता है उसको जल्द से जल्द पकड़ा जाए और कहीं ना कहीं सख्त से सख्त पूरी इस तरीके से सजा दी जाए। आपने देखा कि किस तरीके से जो उनकी मदर है हिमानी की, उनके द्वारा ये कहा जा रहा है कि हो ना हो राजनीतिक, यहाँ पर किसी राजनीतिक नेता क्या हाथ हो सकता है। और भाई ने भी ये आरोप लगाया है कि कोई ना कोई जो राजनीति से जुड़ा हुआ व्यक्ति है उसका बड़ा हाथ हो सकता है। उसी को लेकर के लगातार जो परिवार वाले हैं वो यहाँ पे पुलिस प्रशासन हो या फिर जो कांग्रेस के तमाम नेता है उनके सामने वो अपनी बात रख रहे हैं और गुहार लगा रहे हैं कि जल्द से जल्द उनकी बात सुनी जाए। हालांकि इसको लेकर के जो हरियाणा के CM है उन्होंने भी डायरेक्शन दिया है कि जल्द से जल्द इस पूरे मामले को लेकर के जो अपराधी है उनको पकड़ा जाए। बैक टू स्टूडियो।
Lomas, absolutely. Thank you for sharing all those details. Remains to be seen if there is a larger conspiracy behind the Christie murder. Moving on, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has made a strong case against conversion in Kerala. Now this while addressing an event in Kerala, speaking on the issue of religious conversions in the state, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said the pain of other people should not be used as a reason to convert them into another religion, while adding demographic change through allurement and subtle way of suggesting change of religious is dangerous.
हर व्यक्ति का अधिकार है किस धर्म का पालन करे। हर व्यक्ति का अधिकार है मनमर्जी से धर्म अपनाए, पर लालच देकर, भोग देकर, बाय अल्योरमेंट, बाय टेम्पटेशन कन्वर्शन होता है और उसका उद्देश्य होता है वी विल गेट सुप्रीमेसी बाय चेंजिंग डेमोग्राफी ऑफ द नेशन। इतिहास साक्षी है, दुनिया के कुछ देश उदाहरण हैं, आप मेरे से ज्यादा समझदार हैं, जानकार हैं, पता लगा सकते हैं। देशों का रूप ही मिट गया, वहां जो मेजोरिटी कम्युनिटी थी। We cannot allow this demographic invasion. Our organic demographic growth is acceptable. But if this is disruptive, with this sinister design to control, हमारे कान खड़े हो जाने चाहिए। हमारे लिए चिंतन मंथन का विषय है। हमारा दर्शन जो सदियों पुराना है उसको चुनौती है। हमें विवेकपूर्ण इस तरीके से काम करना पड़ेगा।
Moving on, a woman was seen assaulting, abusing and biting her elderly mother in a video allegedly over a property dispute in Haryana's Hisar. The video that has gone viral on social media shows the daughter physically attacking her mother and abusing her. In the video, the woman can be seen biting her mother's leg and hitting her with slaps and punches while the elderly woman sits on a bed. The dispute is reportedly related to property. The police have registered a case based on the complaint filed by the victim's son and have started the investigation. The ugly spat was caught on cam. An uneasy calm prevailed on Jadavpur University campus after violent protests by left students and heckling of West Bengal Education Minister Bratya Basu on the previous day. Now, the windscreen of the minister's car was smashed by protesters and two of the agitators were injured, one of them seriously, when the tire of one of the vehicles in his convoy grazed past them. Trouble broke out when Education Minister Basu went to JU campus to attend the annual general meeting of WBCUPA. He tried to speak to agitating students and received their memorandum, which was then gherraud by the protesters, and his security personnel had a time trying to escort him to the vehicle. Here's all that you need to know.
Tension was palpable at Kolkata's Jadavpur University a day after Bengal Education Minister Bratya Basu was allegedly attacked on campus. It was alleged that the left-backed student protesters surrounded and attacked the minister's car, leaving him injured. Dramatic visuals from the campus on Saturday showed the protesters raising slogans and purportedly heckling the minister while banging their fists on the bonnet and roof of his car. According to reports, the protesting members of the CPI Students' Wing, SFI, blocked the minister's car, demanding immediate elections to the Varsity's Students' Council. Visuals also showed the protesting students deflating the tires of the minister's vehicle to stop it from exiting the campus. The minister reportedly sustained injuries in the incident and had to be admitted to the state-run SSKM hospital. Ruling Trinamool Congress MP Shayani Ghosh led a march condemning the incident on Saturday.
आज जादवपुर यूनिवर्सिटी में एक शिक्षक का कॉन्क्लेव था और वहाँ पे हमारे जो राज्य के शिक्षा मंत्री हैं उनके साथ जादवपुर यूनिवर्सिटी एसएफआई के स्टूडेंट ने बहुत बुरा बर्ताव किया, गाली गलौज की, उनको प्रहार किया उन पे। हम लोग धिक्कार, हम लोग यहाँ पे वी आर हियर टू कंडेम दिस एंड वी वांट टू से दैट डेमोक्रेसी शुड प्रिवेल। और ये ममता बनर्जी उनका शासनकाल है, हम लोग बहुत सेंसिटिविटी और सेंसिबिलिटी के साथ हैंडल करते हैं, बट दे शुडंट टेक आवर सेंसिटिविटी और सेंसिबिलिटी टू बी आवर वीकनेस।
Meanwhile, on Sunday, 5 FIRs were registered in connection with the incident on campus. The Vice-Chancellor of the university also condemned the incident while flagging glaring security lapses on campus. Amid an uneasy calm, an elaborate security deployment has been made at the varsity to prevent fresh tensions.
A massive avalanche struck the Border Roads Organisation camp near Mana village in Uttarakhand's Chamoli district, burying 54 workers under the snow. Now, rescue teams have saved 46 workers so far, but 8 tragically lost their lives. The rescue teams have found the remains of the one worker who was missing in the avalanche. Now, rescue operations in Uttarakhand have now concluded. Joining me on the broadcast is now Piyush Ori. He is reporting live from Joshimath on that. The rescue operations have just concluded. Remember, the remains of one missing labour was where the search operations was underway. But now we learn that tragically all the workers that were missing have lost their lives. That one worker for whom the search was underway, that his remains have been found, and the rescue operations in the area have now concluded. All right, so these are the latest visuals that we are getting in. Remember, the avalanche had struck the BRO workers. 50 plus of them were trapped under the snow when the avalanche hit in the Badrinath National Highway. An extremely tragic incident there that had broken out. Rescue operations were underway. Piyush, my colleague, is joining me on the broadcast. He's reporting live from Joshimath. Piyush, the rescue operations, I believe, have now concluded, and we have a breaking news coming in where we learned that the one missing worker for whom the search operations was underway has now been found dead. Please talk to us about what further are the process that the NDRF teams will be pursuing.
Tanisha, what I will just like to show you and our viewers through this lens of my video journalist is the helipad of the Indian Army. Now, this helipad is very significant because it was over here where the activities of the movement of helicopters, where all the logistics, all the patients in form of those laborers who were contracted with the Border Roads Organization and who had got trapped in the glacier at Mana were being brought. And it is also this place where, unfortunately, all those 8 workers who have now died were being brought over here. In fact, some of the bodies were also brought in front of our eyes. So yes, now officially the operation is over. Today there was an operation that was to be carried out in bringing the 4 workers who were still stuck inside the glacier. Unfortunately, they were not taken out live, and it's a sad moment. But yes, one thing of which Indian Army especially, along with the other state agencies, should be proud of is that of the 55 workers that had got trapped inside the glacier, most of them were rescued, most of them had been sent to the hospital where they are receiving treatment, and most of them have been made sure that they are alive. So yes, in a way, it's a big success for the Indian Army-led IBEX Brigade, which led this operation, and with them, it was also other state agencies in form of NDRF, SDRF and other forms of state government machinery of Uttarakhand. It is also important to note over here that the condition was quite challenging. The weather conditions was not favorable. The road transportation through Joshimath to Mana was actually impossible because the roads were completely blocked because of the landslides and snowfall. So thereby, taking all these things into consideration, making sure that at least 48 workers of the 55 workers are surviving. It's in a way an achievement for Indian Army and all those agencies that were involved in the rescue work.
Absolutely, Piyush. Thank you for sharing all those details. Moving on to the last and final story that we're tracking on the broadcast. After a long journey through space, a commercial US company achieved her historic landing on the moon, the second private lander to achieve the feat. Firefly Aerospace's 6.6-foot tall Blue Ghost Mission 1 lander touched down at 3:34 a.m. this morning. Watch this video on the historic touchdown that the Blue Ghost achieved.
60 meters up. First redirect occurred, 98 meters from original target. 1 minute remaining in flight. The vehicle is converged on its commanded descent profile.
All right, so we are in that autonomous phase that you had described to us. She is ready and has been preparing for this.
You're going to hear a lot of call-outs here about vision navigation solutions, laser rangefinder.
Seconds remaining in terminal. 100 meters up.
And let's
just... systems.
Navigation filter is still healthy.
Second hazard avoidance occurred, 5 meters from previous target. 50 meters up. 30 seconds remaining in flight.
A historical touchdown and a remarkable feat. That's all that we could pack in this edition of 6 Stories at 6. We'll be back tomorrow with more agenda-setting news. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next are news and updates. Thank you for watching.